Florida Republican gubernatorial candidate James Fishback has proposed a 50% sin tax on income earned by OnlyFans creators.
The 31-year-old is a political newcomer hoping to succeed Ron DeSantis as Florida's next Republican governor. Here he is outlining his sin tax proposal in a Monday interview with right-wing YouTube channel NXR Studios.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going over this YouTube video. It's called Florida Governor Candidate Proposes a 50% sin tax for OnlyFans creators. So if you guys don't know who James Fishback is, he's running for governor of Florida against Byron Donalds and to replace Ron DeSantis after his term is up in 2026. I think November are the elections. And one thing he is running on is a 50% sin tax for all OnlyFans creators. And if you guys don't know, in Florida, in Miami, 1 out of 10 women have an OnlyFans. So this sin tax would obviously bring in a lot of money, a lot of revenue, and I'm sure it would deter some women from starting on OnlyFans if they'd have to pay this much in taxes. So let's go over this clip. Let's hear him talking about it, and then I'll kind of give my thoughts on it and see if this is a realistic proposal.
Take a look.
As Florida governor in year one, I will push for the first of its kind OnlyFans sin tax. If you are a so-called OnlyFans creator in Florida, you are going to pay 50% to the state on whatever you so-called earn via that online degeneracy platform.
Fishback has faced accusations himself of harassment from a woman who alleged that he started a relationship with her at 17. Fishback denied that, said he was exonerated. Fishback has also directed what some call racist jabs at his primary opponent, Republican Congressman Byron Donalds. Fishback explained on NXR why he thinks it's crucial to tax platforms like OnlyFans.
Any sexual intimacy outside of marriage is a sin. Marriage is between one man and one woman, and a society that tries to venerate and exemplify sexual degeneracy is not the society that our founding fathers fought and died for. Whether it's Drag Queen Story Hour, the objectification and commodification of women via OnlyFans, pornography, whatever it may be.
This guy is a nutcase.
Yeah, I thank God. I was like hoping that you didn't get.
Well, okay.
So what he was
I get that he doesn't. Right, he doesn't like sexual degeneracy or loose women or whatever. That's fine.
Loose women.
There is no law you could make that would just target OnlyFans. OnlyFans is a platform that allows people who make sexual content to receive money. You subscribe to it in the same way you subscribe to Patreon or to Rumble or to YouTube or to this. If this somehow became law, you can't have a law that specifically targets one company. It has to be broader than that to pass muster. So any law that you would structure to stop people from giving their money to someone who makes sexy content could be used for any independent content creator who makes any kind of content, political, entertainment, unboxing videos. This is an attack on us. Well, not us because we work for a major company, but for people in our space who independent podcasters, creative type people who get revenue from Substack or Patreon or whatever it is.
Somebody could deem
that is an attack on them. So this is a dangerous, I know a lot of people don't like OnlyFans, that's fine. This is a dangerous assault on the First Amendment and on independent media, alternative media, that he has clearly not thought through because he is someone who, wants to trying to become popular that way. He's on Tucker, he seems like a grifter, frankly. He's adapted every kind of ideology. He was very pro-Israel. He wrote for the Free Press for Barry Weiss, and now he's intensely anti-Israel, a little bit like candy cane. But in all seriousness, this is a proposal that threatens independent expression, not just sexual behavior, which again, I'm a libertarian, so I don't want to regulate that, but it would threaten everyone in the game of alternate media.
I think.
All right, so I hate to kind of agree with this guy because he seems, kind of like this libertarian cuck guy, but I am interested to see how this would actually be implemented. So he did make a good point. So would this be for all media, for all creators? Like, obviously he's saying OnlyFans just because that's kind of the biggest platform, but I know there's multiple platforms. So would he make it considered prostitution and then tax it? I don't know how this is going to be implemented, because it sounds good on paper, right? You're going to, probably have less OnlyFans creators. If they see it, they're going to be taxed, 50%. So that's my problem. I don't like politicians who, say all these great things, like you said, he's anti-Israel, anti-OnlyFans. He said he's going to call Netanyahu, ask where are the Floridians' money. It's like, it all sounds great, right? But how is that actually going to be implemented? I'd rather have a politician who doesn't overpromise these things, but then when he's actually elected, he does more than what he says. Because everyone can say all these things, everyone can say the right things, and that's kind of the political game, is saying, things that the people love to hear, but are they actually going to get implemented? And it's also weird on Twitter, I don't even want to give her more exposure, but there's this OnlyFans girl, Sophie Rain, and he kept tweeting at her, and he was tagging her, and it almost seemed like a promotion. It was very weird. It was at her directly. It wasn't calling out just all OnlyFans girls. It was calling out her specifically. So it was weird. I mean, I get it. It clicks, controversy. It gets the word out there. It gets people to know him more. So, but I am curious to see how this will actually be implemented.
You hit the nail on the head. He's trying to grow his presence with some obnoxious stance that will propel him to national conversation. Well, you got it, but you're probably not going to win any election, especially for governor. He's pearl clutching, because you understand that OnlyFans has a lot of sex content or adult content, but it also has fitness, trainers, chefs, and a bunch of other content you could pay for to get information. Right. There's a lot of content on there. And, to charge people 50% of their income when they're already paying taxes is kind of absurd. And also, if you're going to be so appalled by everyday things that people consume, well, then you need to think about that same 50% tax for the strip clubs that exist in Florida, correct? You got to think about that for the alcohol. You got to think about that for all the variety of things that you would consider alcohol, a sin under your religion, and think about how you're going to tax all those things, not just one that you see online digitally. That's not a stance that's consistent throughout, because sins come in a variety of forms, and no matter which Bible or which book you study, sins are a variety of forms. So, and the fact that he said, I don't want young women who could otherwise be mothers, raising families, rearing children. I don't want them to sell their bodies to sick men online. And it's just nobody wants you to decide that women should be doing those things also. Mm-hmm. Women could make a decision how they want to do every single day of their lives. So you, 31-year-old man who has no clue, especially with the laws that maybe fall in line with Republicans, like freedom of speech, all the things that people are doing, and the way that they don't like regulating things too much. You're going to have to regulate all social media outlets to then decide what's appropriate and what's not based on your religion. And that's not, we separate church and state for a reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Bye-bye, Fishback.
Well, I don't know if it's bye-bye to him. This is I see a popular, we don't have time to get into it. We got to wrap, but there is on the young right, there is a frustration. There's a movement that wants to do something about the widespread availability of pornography, and the OnlyFans ties into that. It's pornography, not prostitution. That's what it ties into. But we'll maybe discuss that more at a later date. It does it for us on Rising Live. Look out for more exclusive YouTube content.
All right. So again, these I hate these people who these fucking feminists. Why are you telling women to be mothers? It's because we need more children, and that's kind of their natural role in society. Just shut the fuck up. I hate these people. I genuinely dislike them so much when they say this bullshit. Oh, it's just pornography. What do you mean? They could be mothers and sell their ass on pictures online to men. It's what are you talking about? Just say, give a valid criticism. Say, I don't think this is realistic. If this is a good idea. But why are they promoting pornography? This is the problem with libertarians. This infringes on the First Amendment. I don't think, I guess it's freedom of expression, right? But there needs to be a line drawn at some point, because it is extremely detrimental to society, and OnlyFans has done irreversible damage to a lot of young men and a lot of young women who think there's going to be no consequences doing OnlyFans, or the men who are consuming it, it's completely fried their brain and just have a completely inverted outlook on women and relationships in general. It's sad to see. Like, OnlyFans needs to get banned, but the criticism should be not that, women should have the right, to sell their ass and boob pictures online. It should be, how are we actually going to implement this? But again, my criticisms of Fishback are, he says all the right things. He says things that, are obviously good, like I said, the anti-Israel, anti-OnlyFans stuff, with immigration. But then you kind of look at his career, like they mentioned, he was like pro-Israel. It's just kind of weird that he, almost came out of nowhere, started saying all these things that obviously are gaining more and more popularity. So is he actually a grifter, or does he actually believe these things? And he kind of changed his stance. I know he had a 17-year-old girlfriend, but I mean, yeah, that's probably not the best look. I think she was in like high school and he was like in his late 20s. So I don't know. I'm actually going to meet him and interview him. So I'm going to ask him some of these questions. I'm going to press him a little bit. But I want him to be genuine, because I feel like, if he actually implemented the things he's saying, it would be great. But, saying things like, I'm going to call Benjamin Netanyahu on the phone and ask him where's the Floridians' money, it's just weird. And he also, another thing is, he won't mention what ethnicity he is. He keeps saying, fourth generation Floridian. It's like, bro, that's not what we're asking. And if you're dodging that question, that's a little odd. And I think a few weeks ago, he said he was going to post his DNA results, and they're still not out there. So that's a little suspect. What are you hiding exactly? So I don't know. Those are my criticisms. I'm pretty excited to go and talk to him myself, kind of ask him some of these questions, kind of see how they will be implemented. Because again, we're sick and tired of politicians over-promising and under-delivering every single fucking time. And, all of a sudden these views become popular, and we have a candidate that seems to say, America first. He was like quote tweeting Nick Fuentes. It's a little weird, and it's a little odd. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think about him. And let me know what questions to ask him. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys next time.